Hello, welcome to Popcorn Daddy. I'm Kevin, and today we are going to be doing a breakdown of the Halloween Ends trailer, as well as a couple theories, so stay tuned. Yeah, so we're going to start off with the new format where we're going to switch over to photo view. And we're going to go over like a lot of the screenshots I got from the Halloween Ends trailer and kind of break them down for you. So starting off, I'm actually going to go with the synopsis first, and we're going to actually go from there. All right. 4 years after the events of last year's Halloween Kills, Laurie is living with her granddaughter, Allison, and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Cory Cunningham, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. Okay, so I'm actually going to bring up a different picture where I have highlighted things that actually kind of stick out to me. Like aside from Laurie writing her memoir and how Michael has controlled her and she changed and try to embrace life, kind of like her daughter Karen did. But okay, so the points that are kind of they stick out to me would be Cory Cunningham is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting. It doesn't necessarily say he was guilty, nor does it say if he was innocent. So I'm still kind of not sold on him possibly being a copycat killer. If anything, I got a feeling he's going to be the one to discover where Michael is hiding. But yeah, another part that really sticks out to me is right after it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. After reading this, I kind of also got a vibe that it's inner evil of her own, possibly. It's not just Michael. I don't know, just the way it's worded out, I kind of get a feeling she has some inner thing she hasn't told anybody in her life about. Kind of like how people who were traumatized in the past usually keep that kind of stuff to themselves unless they go seek therapy, stuff like that. And while there is a very slim chance, and I mean very slim, I really hope this doesn't happen where she ends up being the fake Michael and pretty much her reasoning is to draw him out. And this is something she's been keeping from everybody else in her life. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see a Halloween film where Laurie actually snapped to become the killer. However, I'd rather see that in the fan series, not really a actual Halloween film. But yeah, that's still a very slim possibility where she's trying to draw Michael out by copying his patterns, stuff like that. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen though. Okay, moving on, let's start with the scenes of the movie. Here we go. Okay, kicking off with the first thing I noticed is it starts off with a screen where you see the actual street. And if I'm being honest, it's probably the most fall looking Halloween since Halloween 4. And I gotta say, it looks beautiful. You got the Halloween decorations, you got people out trick-or-treating. It has that fall atmosphere where leaves are just starting to fall off trees, where some are still on the tree. Not to mention you got the grass kind of dying, and well, not really dying, but going into hibernation where it's really low and the color is slightly faded. So it definitely has the biggest fall feel. If you kind of noticed down in the middle, though, there's actually somebody who's dressed up in the same pirate outfit as Little John from Halloween Kills. But yeah, I gotta say, the fall vibe from this movie is definitely strong in this one. Okay, so this next set we'll be comparing off scenes that are comparable to the original, where they are actually inspired by the original film. Okay, so the next thing I really noticed is the factor they finally do Michael's point of view stalking kind of way, like the way he normally creeps. If you look at the building in this first photo, though, like as he's like creeping about and whatnot, the house actually resembles the house from, I think it's Halloween 4 or 5. But yeah, Michael is actually creeping about going in. This is actually a play on Halloween 1978, where it's actually at the beginning where he sneaks back into his own house to go up and kill Judith. This time, however, he's creeping up the stairs in these next two photos, and which again is very reminiscent of the original Halloween. What do you know? Instead of stabbing a sister with a butcher knife, he's getting a bullet between the head. Okay, but no, overall, if you look closely, like at the hand of Michael, it's all there. His fingers were blown off in 2018, and he was trying to patch them up in the old people's house in, well, Laurie's neighbors in Halloween Kills. So I'm wondering if this is a fake killer or possibly a dream sequence. Rather than it being like a dream catcher theory, I'm actually thinking there might be a dream sequence kind of mirroring Halloween H2O, because like right at the point where Michael opens the door, the mask actually really resembles the H2O mask. But overall, yeah, Laurie's freaking prepared for Michael. And okay, so here you got another callback from the 1978 Halloween, and it is the iconic finishing scene to Halloween 1978. Which, if I bring up the, okay, so this is this one. I'm gonna bring up the one from the 1978. It has that like bluish tone, which just brings that like dark atmosphere like to life, and it just gives off the same vibe, which I gotta say this trailer is fantastic for like what it is for now. But I got a feeling this movie is gonna be probably the best one out of the three, like the one I actually like the most, just because it has like a very similar lighting to the original. It may not be the flashback sequence like style, but I gotta say for like how modern, like the lighting just goes so well with the movie itself and Myers in general. Okay, so this next part is pure speculation. However, wouldn't it be cool if this actually happened in the film? I'm pretty sure this one scene, like right here, this is actually Julian from Halloween 2018. But if you look in the background, there is a giant wire mesh fence. You can also see it in this other scene, which I'm pretty sure that's a Mulaney, and I'm actually convinced that that might actually be the one that smacked Lonnie with that piece of candy. Starting here, okay, it reminds me of this fence from Halloween 1978, but do you know where that fence is? Okay, I'm gonna bring up another photo. Ah, it's Smith's Grove. So maybe I got a feeling Smith's Grove might actually play a part. If I recall correctly, I did hear that Marcus is like Dr. Boss or whatever is actually playing a part in the movie. We do not know exactly which hospital Marcus and Vanessa worked at, but I'm guessing maybe Smith's Grove, since their doctor that wanted to swing pretty much. And well, you don't really get that knowledge by watching the movies. That's actually in the like the novel itself. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty sure this might actually be Smith's Grove. So going over these scenes in the trailer, I got a feeling they're all connected to like one scene specifically, and if that's the case, hopefully it means we weren't shown too much in the trailer. Kind of like how the other two films shown way too much. I'm hoping like this is not just the most exciting part of the film, but like this is just like a like we get the tip in terms of like what's to come in this film. But overall, yeah, I think these scenes are all connected, so let's go on from there. Okay, and here you have a scene of Allison arriving, which I'm assuming it's actually right before Hawkins and the other police officers show up. Because if you look at this scene in the screenshot, you can see the blue lights coming from like that direction. Allison kind of looks like she's about to go into like some sort of like shock, because it kind of looks like there's some sort of like fear in her eyes. So I'm not really sure exactly like what this is. Okay, so here is a scene of Hawkins. He comes up with his police brigade, and if you notice, he is actually looking up. What is he looking up at? Okay, so going over to a scene in this trailer, Michael attacks this redheaded girl. On IMDb, she's actually listed as dead lover, which kind of has me like confused. Is it Allison's lover? Is it Laurie's lover? I kind of doubt it, because I think her and Hawkins might have had a thing after kills. But I'm actually thinking it's possibly Cory Cunningham's lover. Like moving on, if you notice like where she's at, she is next to a window when Michael is kind of choking her out. If you go like kind of further into it, like Michael could have thrown her out the window, and that's why Hawkins is looking up. And if you go over to this photo of Laurie, kind of looks like she is witnessing and seeing. Maybe this is how she knows Michael, or the fake Michael, is on like their way to kill her. Maybe this is where she came to a resolve and decided to confront the evil she can't control. I don't know, what do you think? Okay, another possibility, like if I'm being honest, this kind of mirrors the flashback scene from Halloween Kills, where like all the police come up and like Michael just shuts down. Like her eyes kind of look really hollow, like she did something pretty bad, or like maybe something like happened to her where she was triggered. And now we get into the nitty gritty of the fight sequence between Laurie and Michael, which some of it kind of looks inappropriate if it's taken out of context. So hope you enjoy these ones. Okay, here you got a scene of Michael, or fake Michael, or possibly Dream Michael fighting Laurie. He absolutely manhandles her by tossing her over the kitchen table. Like if you actually saw this out of context, it would look so inappropriate. Before, like during that scene, she also headbutts Michael, which is actually surprising because you notice the mouthpiece of the actual mask kind of opens up. So this actually most likely has to be the real Michael. I'm assuming like the mask has like molded to his face by this time, though I don't really know if he's actually taken it off within that like certain time period between like 2018 through 2022. But overall, yeah, if you notice, the mouth actually opens up after she headbutts him. You also get a scene where pretty much he forces Laurie's hand to turn on the garbage disposal, and this is like what his ultimate goal is in that like one where I said it was inappropriate, is to put it down this drain. And this is actually a like reference to Halloween H2O, when Charlie dropped the corkscrew down into the garbage disposal. I'm surprised they didn't actually use it back in that film. However, them actually putting it in this film actually adds some sense of terror to it, because like, I don't know, have you ever thought of getting your own hand mangled in a garbage disposal? And here you got a scene of Laurie stabbing Michael in the hand. If you notice, the fingers are all blown off. Well, not all of them, but like the ones that came off were blown off. And it's looking pretty disgusting, actually. But yeah, how much damage can one hand take? Holy crap, dude. Like, she has a habit for going for that specific hand. Okay, now that we're close to ending the trailer analysis pretty much, let's go on and talk about Halloween Resurrection. I meant the sewer system in the Halloween Ends trailer. And here we get a scene of Cory in a underground sewage passage. I'm assuming these are the caves. This actually has a Halloween Resurrection kind of vibe to it. But yeah, since the working title is Cave Dwellers, I'm wondering if there is more than one fake Michael going about. Overall, like, but yeah, here you got Cory Cunningham, like, actually creeping about the cave or sewer tunnel, pretty much. Michael's dirty hand comes out and starts choking him. If I'm being honest, I actually think Cory is the one who discovers Michael's like whereabouts, and like this is his like first kill for like the night. And that's where it kind of begins. Like maybe he's hiding out from the cops after being accused of killing the kid he was babysitting, and he was hiding in the sewer system, and Michael decided to go like attack. And one final thing about the trailer I want to talk about is the factor of the rings everybody keeps bringing up. So here we go. Like here is a photo of Karen's hand washing the blood off from Halloween Kills. Yeah, as you can see, pretty much, yeah, it has like the same kind of shape as the one on Michael's hand. So I'm pretty convinced that it is definitely her ring, and Michael's just using it to get into the heart of Laurie because she doesn't show any fear towards him. So he's trying to get into her head. That's my thoughts on that one. But yeah, if you notice, Laurie also has a ring on. So I'm wondering if like what they're trying to do is do a bunch of red herrings throughout this film when it comes to who possibly can be the copycat Myers, or maybe Dream Myers. Okay, so there's one final thing I want to bring up before I get into the theories. It's just this one picture, and it's epic. And here you got this beautiful view of a blue tinted Michael Myers, which I gotta say, the color scheme really works for Myers. I'm not really sure if this is actually the real Myers or the fake. However, I'm actually leaning more towards fake because it doesn't look like it has any of the actual like burn damages and stuff like that from the mask in Halloween Kills. But yeah, this thing is so beautiful. Now let's get into the theories part of the video. Okay, so going over to my new radio tower theory, I'm actually pondering if the like role it plays is if the sewer system is located directly by it, not to mention the sewer system is connected like extremely close to the Myers house, which kind of explains how Michael was able to disappear in different like sequences. Another like part though, like with the radio tower, how it will kind of play a big role. Like what I'm thinking maybe is, since Laurie is writing her memoir pretty much, like she actually goes to read them off at the radio station, and like it's very like Halloween 2-ish, pretty much, where Michael ends up hearing her on like a radio or whatever, and this is what actually triggers him to begin stalking her again. Another theory I have is, okay, so this one might be a reach. However, if you recall in Halloween Kills, during the bar scene, they said they found 2 people dead at the gas station. Does that mean 2 people survived? If I had to actually guess like which 2 people survived, the one girl definitely didn't survive. Aaron's like podcast accomplice, whatever you want to call her. But also the one mechanic who got his jaw ripped open and all those teeth like ripped and yanked out pretty much. He's definitely dead. So I'm assuming the mechanic that Michael got his like casual blue overalls pretty much from, he might still be alive, and Aaron possibly might still be alive. So my possible theory is fake Myers might actually be Aaron. It might be a reach. However, if you notice during the scene whenever he's attacking the girl, pretty much, Aaron is very much still alive. You don't really know if he gets killed off screen or not. However, if there's 2 surviving people from that gas station incident, Aaron's definitely one of the survivors. He did have an obsession with Myers, and pretty much after witnessing, though I'm pretty sure this was a deleted scene, however, like those 2 take a shower together. They're like, I guess they're engaged or something like that, boyfriend, girlfriend. But yeah, it's in one of the deleted scenes where like those 2 are like hooking up, and like Aaron having to like actually witness that. He could be tracking Myers like footsteps, patterns, stuff like that, just to draw him out to get his own like revenge on Myers. I don't know, he kind of seemed like he had the same kind of obsession with Myers as Dr. Sartain. Which, especially like with him trying to get Michael to talk at the beginning, like he was very fixated and like obsessed with like trying to get Michael to talk at first. Okay, so my last possible theory is, okay, if you remember when, okay, so my last theory is, if you remember when Jamie Lee Curtis said it would divide fans or piss them off or something like that, like it was in a tweet like a while back. However, what if the actual like meaning behind these 3 films, okay, going back to, Halloween Kills, the scene where Hawkins is like, Laurie, it's not about you. It was never about you. What if Laurie is actually like a representation of like the fan base and how obsessive the fans like are? Good example would be pretty much how like the fan base pulled a "evil dies tonight" type of obsession with getting the Halloween Ends trailer, where they kept harassing David Gordon Green on Twitter and social media. Well, that and Blumhouse. So I'm wondering if like the actual like motto is like Laurie is technically the like viewer itself, and pretty much the actual motto is it's not really about like you, and pretty much the legacy of evil lives inside us all, and like in a meta type way pretty much. I mean, that one is a little bit far-fetched, however at the same time I can actually see it being like a layer beneath, like a layer amongst everything else. This has been Popcorn Daddy. If this video has left you smiling and satisfied, please hit the like, subscribe, and that little notification bell. Have a great day. Cue the ending rolls.